All right, all right. It's 8:01. So those who are not here just will not be here, guys, tonight. It is my pleasure because we're getting ready going to 50% of the year being gone, right? And sometimes some people just need to be rebooted, refilled, refueled, and they have to think about recharging their mindset. You know, sometimes we get weighed down and we get pressured and we just got to do something else. So for that, I made sure that I reached out to someone who I know brings the fire, knows how to deliver mindset. And sometimes we just got to go out and get up from our own table and go to another table and get fed. So tonight it's my honor because I asked for Mr. Guy Coates. As you see on his name, Mr. King Coates is joining us tonight. He actually used to be a part of the family, but he moved on into some other ventures. But what I know about him is that he always has something that can feed everyone. So with that being said, right now, I know it's a shock to some of you guys or whatever, but as I call my little big brother, Mr. Guy Coates, I'm gonna open up the floor and turn everything over to you, my brother.
Oh man, can you hear me? Am I coming through loud and clear?
You coming through loud and clear, my brother.
Okay, cool. I got my little headsets in, man, so you can hear me. If I need to turn it off, I can turn it off. So let me know which one comes through. All right. So how's that?
Both of them sounded good, I think.
I kind of like being in the studio.
Okay,
I
okay.
like being in the studio, y'all. So if y'all ready for some information, just go ahead and type 8 in the comments. That stands for new beginnings. Go ahead and type 8 in the comments real quick. All right.
Oh, well, you broke up a little bit there. I don't know. Is it an internet connection?
No, I'm good. I mean, am I coming through clear?
No, you sounding like a fan right now. Like, you know, when you talk to the fan when you was a
Oh
kid.
man. All right.
Or is it me,
How is it
guys?
now?
Do y'all is he breaking up for everyone else or is it just me? Open up and say,
Nah, he breaking up.
you breaking up, you breaking up.
Now?
They all said it's you. You frozen too.
1 second. Let me see what I can do. All right.
From me knowing God, this ain't nothing but the devil, because God about to bring it and the devil's trying to stop it. Come on, God, get your internet together.
Okay. Let me leave.
I think he said let him leave and come back. Okay. Let me see to get this back on. Wait a minute, do it still got him spotlighted and he gone? Or did it spotlight somebody else?
You on the spotlight.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll be coming back. I want to encourage you to get your notepads and your pens out because I'm guaranteed now if you're driving, you can't do that. But guarantee you will get some information that's going to light you up today. Hopefully this internet is good. He might have to go get him some aluminum foil like we used to do back in the day on the black and white TV to get a signal, but that's all right. You back with us, guys? You're muted.
Muted. All right. What about now? Am I good?
You sound good right now. I'm getting ready to spotlight you again.
All right. Let's go.
Let me put
Now
you
we
back in the
good.
spotlight.
Okay. Roger that. Roger that. What's going on, everybody? So I had everybody type the 8s in the comments if they was ready to get some information. Simply because, you know, that's what it's all about. That's what you're here for. Something's going to fall on your heart if you should let it. You know, you are here for a reason. Everybody that's here on this call tonight, you're here to gather some jewels, some nuggets. No, not nuggets. We're going to call them jewels because we wear jewels. We eat nuggets. So we're going to call them jewels, right? And it's all about the jewels for your crown. So if you're here to get some nuggets, go ahead and type 8 again. We're going to work them fingers out tonight. I need y'all to participate because this is your rescue, okay? This is your rescue. You are here to save yourself. You are literally here to save yourself. And you know, you should smile about that. Truth be told, you are the only one that can save you. You have to participate in your own rescue. So you are literally the only person that can save you. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about my story, and then we're gonna get into some mindset tonight. But my name is Guy Coates. Okay, it's not Guy Sean. That's something that I created back when I was in driving school because they were basically giving everybody's nicknames, and they said I looked like a Sean. So they gave me Sean. I added Guy to it, Guy Sean. You know, it was a little alias because I got taught everybody asked me was my name Guy, but my name is Guy Coates. All right, I don't come from rich. I don't come from privilege. You know, at the end of the day, I come from church, right? I come from a family that didn't really have anything. All right, we hot dogs and beans, you know, ground beef and rice, you know, things of that nature. That's the type of stuff we ate. And you can see I'm here with a smile on my face because that wasn't the end of me. So at the end of the day, I got involved in this industry that you guys are all a part of, network marketing. I've been involved in this industry for over 8 years. But when I first I got involved because I was running from something. I was running from bills. I was running from, you know, not being able to take care of my son like I wanted to. And what really led me here was one day my son had left a letter on my station at the barbershop because I cut hair for a living. And imagine going into the barbershop, you're cleaning your station off, and you find a letter from your son that says, "Dear Daddy, I want to run away. You don't pay me any attention. You don't know my favorite color." No, he said, "P.S. You don't know my favorite color." Now, I go to work to clean my station off, and I find a piece of paper that's balled up. I'm about to throw it in the trash, but something told me to open it up. And when I opened it up, it was that letter from my son. So I'm running from the fact that where I have my son right now is not where I want to have my son. Now I keep saying running from because I want you guys to pay attention to that. Right? Is a such thing as running from, and there's another thing as running to. I don't know what you guys are running to. I don't know what you guys are running from, but there's you in the middle, and then there's the past, and then there's the future. So I want you to pay attention to that, right? I was also running from, my past life. You know, my past life, not wanting to be the guy that, you know, was out here just dealing with women all the time, right? I didn't want to be the guy that was, you know, doing all of the things in the streets that I was doing in the streets. I didn't want to be that guy anymore. So I was running from something, right? And it's an energy that you can get from running from something to something. But the goal is to get to something. And what a lot of people don't realize is that they're actually operating in the energy of running from instead of running to. So we're going to help you shift your mindset set right now, tonight, from running from to running to. Because it wasn't until I started running to something, what I knew I had, what I knew I can do, what I knew what I deserved, right? What I wanted. And there's a lot of people in this industry that we call multi-level marketing, network marketing, direct sales, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot of people in this industry that are literally in a state of running from something and not running to. They literally don't know what they want. They know what they don't want, but they don't know what they want. We hear from our mentors all the time, and my mentor said it to me 1,000 times when I first got involved in this industry. I did not know what I was doing, right? I had no reason if it was for me. All I knew was I seen other people winning and I wanted to win too, right? I wanted something to get, right? I wanted something to get me out of the situation that I was in. Does that make sense? If anybody on this line can relate to that, go ahead and type 7 in the comments if you can relate to that. It was something that I didn't want anymore, right? I wanted to get away from something, and I saw this is a way to help other people get away from something. Does that make sense? So I got involved, but guess what I did? I did it my way. I did not do it the way that they were telling me to do it, y'all. That's what kind of slowed up my process, right? So they were telling me to do a thing, and I would not do a thing. I would do Guy's thing. Everything that I grew up on, what I learned, what I knew, you know, who I was, everything that my life had created me up until that point when I decided to do something different to get something different. I was that individual. And that individual just wanted to run from something. He wanted to get away from where he was coming from. Man, I hope y'all can hear me right now because this is not the way that I wanted to go. I had something written out, but at the end of the day, guys, you know, I got involved, didn't do anything, sat on it for an entire year. Now, I want you guys to understand this. Everybody's journey is different, right? Your journey is different than mine. But one thing I do know is when you actually decide to get started in anything that you decide to get started in, if it takes some belief, if it takes some creativity, if it takes for you to go above and beyond where you're at right now because you're comfortable, right? We get comfortable and then there's uncomfortable. And in your uncomfortable is everything that you want in the land of the unknown, right? So you don't want to get comfortable doing what it is that you're doing right now and then continue to try to do something different. No, you have to get out of your comfort zone in order for you to make it happen. So what happened was I sat on the business for an entire year. I did nothing. And then they told me that they wanted to pay for me to go to this event. So I get a phone call from an upline of mine that say, hey, you want to go? You want to go to this event? I've never been to an event before. Every one of the little Saturday events that I went to, I was like, they keep saying the same stuff, right? They keep saying the same stuff. It's not helping me out. But when I went to this event, they were paying for me to go out of state. Now, I wanted to get out of the state, but at the same time, I was kind of done with the business, right? So they paid for me to go out of town. I'm riding with all of these different people that I don't know, right? We get to the hotel. The hotel is packed. The room that I'm in is packed. I'm sleeping on the floor. It's other people in this room with me, all to go to this event. Now, we get to this event. Everybody's screaming. It's like 5,000, 10,000 people. I don't know. I don't remember that much, but it was a lot of people screaming and excited and happy. And my thing was, I've never seen this many excited, screaming, happy people all in one building, not all in one room, right? I've never seen it like that. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking in my head, y'all ever go to the comedy show and you in the comedy show and you like, all right, if you don't know the person, you like, you gotta make me laugh. I'm gonna sit here and not laugh, or I'm gonna try not to laugh, but you have to make me laugh, right? So I'm gonna sit there, right? But that's how I felt at this event. Now, at this event, all of these people are screaming. I know for a fact all of these people ain't making money, but here's my thing. I know they didn't pay all of these people $500 to make me think it was real. Now, when I say $500, it costs $500 to get involved in that business back in the day when I got involved. $500. And these people pumped up. So I'm sitting there wondering why they pumped up, but also I'm not going to listen to a word they saying. They got to make me believe, right? So I started to see people that came from where I came from actually getting carried up on stage, their team supporting them. You know, they getting to tell their testimony, and that's what got me. The fact that I heard other stories that were worse than mine, and I seen other people that were my skin complexion, because you can get to in a point or in your head about life or your business simply because you don't think you deserve it. This is something that I've been dealing with recently. You don't think that you are deserving of that top or to be around these people. They call it imposter syndrome. And you don't want to develop imposter syndrome. Okay. So what I want you guys to understand is you deserve it. That life that you want, that rank that you're trying to hit, it's already yours. It's literally waiting on you to stop running from and run to. I hope that makes sense. So listen, don't love the person that you're becoming, right? Love the person that you are. It literally took a switch. I clicked the switch in my head and I started thinking different at that event, came home and everything changed. My business wasn't flourishing. I didn't know how to get people signed up for $500, right? I didn't know, everybody that I knew didn't have $500 just laying around to get involved in a business. But I stopped thinking about what I was running from to get to. I just started to think about where I was going. I started to believe like it's not just me. It's other people out here that's in situations that believe like I believe, that will come up with the money like I came up with the money because I didn't have it. I had to pay rent. I had to pay rent and I was banking on this thing working the first week. I was banking on it working the first week. It doesn't work the first week. Anytime you sow a seed, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, because that's what I'm going to call y'all. Y'all are all royal ones to me. And this is all about your journey and your road to royalty, not you just being royalty, but there is a journey and a road to it, but you are a royal one. But I left out the fact that I had to fight in the beginning. You didn't know that you had to fight. There is a decision that you make to get started, and then there's a decision that you make to get started. You will get started, pay the money, get involved. And then there's another decision, right? Or birth date when you finally decide and understand why you got started. Or now I'm going to get started. Or this is when I'm going to actually start listening to my upline, doing what it is that they're telling me to do, or educating myself and understanding where they're getting the information from so that I can help myself help someone else. Because you can't help yourself, right? Or you can't help someone else until you're able to help yourself. That's one of the top things that everybody is out here chasing. Like I got to get back to me. And what I've grown to love is actually teaching and helping people. I've been able to grow large organizations. My biggest, payday in network marketing is $20,000 a month. That was my biggest, place that I've actually hit, or rank that I've actually hit. And God started leading me towards actually starting to figure out who Guy was. I'm not a barber, right? I cut hair, yes. I'm not a barber though. I'm not just a father, right? I'm not just, somebody involved in network marketing just to do the business. Who is Guy for real? Like, why does Guy have debt chasing him? Why do I have the debt chasing me? Not the fact that I want to get rid of the debt. Why is the debt chasing me? Like, why haven't I paid for that thing or took care of that thing? Why is it that I have to pay and get my see, these are all of the things that go through my head, dog. And I'm just being transparent with you guys. I don't want nobody to judge me. If you do, it does not matter, right? Because at the end of the day, those are your opinions. But at the same time, these are the things that held me back. But so it made me feel like I didn't deserve the next level. So my whole mindset was get away from this. Like, yes, I'm going to do what it is that I'm doing to get away from this, but it seems like you're running towards something when you're really not. You're running from something. And if you're running from something, you're in a negative mindset. And if you're in a negative mindset, you're vibrating low. If you're vibrating low, then guess what you get? You actually attract what it is that you're thinking about all the time. Instead of thinking about I can have, you're thinking about I don't have this. Thinking like I'm going to be here, or I want to help this many people, right? You're thinking about self. So we got to get self out the way so you can help other individuals. Because when it comes to this industry, it's all about other people. If you help enough people get what they want, right, you'll get what you want by default. So everybody you talk to about your business, right, you want to give them value after value after value after value, and continue to give value so you can finally ask for something. It's like going to the bank and asking for a withdrawal and you never made a deposit. Like, how can you ask somebody to pay to get involved with you in a business and you never made a deposit into their life? And I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about depositing value into their life. So you have to deposit something in order to make a withdrawal. And this is with people. So I'm going to give you guys my 5 pillars of wealth, right? 5 pillars of wealth. I want you guys to write this down. 5 pillars of wealth. The first pillar is God. You cannot do nothing without it. You have to understand that you're not running from or running to resources. You have to run to the source that is the source of all resources. See, what I was doing is I was focused on the money. I was running for money. Why? Because I had no money. I'm in the mindset, don't have none, to go after some, which made the money run from you. Anytime you hunt a thing, it runs from you. So if you're chasing money, then guess what happens? It continues to flee. I started chasing the source. You got to understand that God already knows your heart. He knows what you want. He already has it waiting on you. He knows who you are. So here's the key to your whole life. Because we're running around him because everything starts to go okay and you start doing the things that actually can stop you because it's all about your character and your habits. And I understand that everybody on this call has habits. We have a character, a situation. I have one because we're human. We're human, right? So we develop these habits that help us numb the pain of what we're going through. But in the process of going through pain, you have to develop something called patience. The only way to develop patience is to go through some pain. And guess why it's brought up patience? Because to get to the rank that you're trying to hit, to get to the life that you're trying to achieve, and I'm going to take trying out of there, to get to the life that you want to achieve, you have to have patience. You sow a seed in the beginning, it won't reap a harvest until it's done. You get pregnant seed in the beginning, but you won't have the baby until 9 months from now, maybe 10. You're pregnant with purpose. Until you understand that you're pregnant with purpose, you are literally running from something. Fear. False evidence appearing real, or face everything and rise, or forget everything and run, whatever it means to you. But fear is not the absence of faith. Fear means faith is there. Fear means it's time for you to act. Fear lets you know that something is wrong. I had wrote this down. All right. Let me see where I got it at. All right. So courage takes place in fear, right? But when you have a fear, it's letting you know that something that you're going through, right? You're running from. Running from means scared. It doesn't mean, look, don't try to go to the next level or stay comfortable. It means literally bust through the fear. How do you bust through fear? Action. What is action? Faith on steroids. The only way to activate faith is to use it. You have to use faith. God says, have faith. Everybody has it. Faith is a grain of the mustard seed. It can do all things or do anything. It can move a mountain. So here's my thing. Are you activating it though? Are you using the faith, or do you just have it? That's called belief. I believe all day. But faith, on the other hand, is something totally different. I call myself King Coach, say it with your chest and flex your faith, because we always got our faith on flex, right? So you have to flex your faith. Use it. Like, that's the only way to strengthen it. It's the only way to grow it. It's the only way to outlast the pain. The only way to understand, like, I'm going this way because something in me is telling me that I'm greater than where I'm at right now. Everybody be running around talking about we are gods. I don't believe that. We create on a lower level, yes. Lower level, yes. So I call it little G-O-D. Greatness on display. You are greatness on display. Are you displaying all of your greatness? Are you displaying how you really feel? Because if you're not, you feel it. And then you feel like everybody else can see it. And then when you start getting around everybody else, you feel different. You feel like you don't fit it because you know it's something in you that you're supposed to be doing, and you're just not doing it because you don't believe that you can have it right now, or you're still focused on where you're coming from. Come on, somebody. If I'm making sense right now, can I get an amen in the comments right now? If I'm making sense, okay? Because I don't want to move forward unless I'm making sense. Because it's literally about you. You have to come to the understanding that it's about you, understanding who you are, whose you are, and what you want. Don't focus on becoming the person. Focus on being the person right now. Right now. Like, only thing that matters is the right now. That matters is the right now. If you start moving, I'm telling you, I cannot wait to write a book on this. Because it's two forms of fear. It's two forms. It's one that's like, oh, I don't want that no more. I'm running. I'm out of here. You're running towards something. You're making money to make money, and you're trying to pay off this and pay off that. Here, take this, take that, take. Oh, you don't like me? Oh, you hating? All right, I'm gonna go. When I get to the point where I can drive a Bentley, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stun on you. All the wrong reasons. the wrong reasons. It's not to show somebody up. It's not just to have it. It's not to just live comfortably, because when you get there, guess what? It's another level for you. And guess what? You can have that level. We have to start dreaming big. And where you're going right now is big. It's not small. It's not small. It's about to handle all of your issues. Where you're going right now, and it's, guess what? It's already yours. It belongs to you. Nobody else can sit on your throne. Nobody else can rock your crown. It's yours already. You start up, man. When I started operating in what they were telling me, that was in me, because you have personal power and then you are powerless. And some people are powerless. Some people are going through depression. Some people are around individuals that they need to get from around or get up under. You cannot be around that person because they're bringing you down. People do two things: take you up or take you down. They're just like elevators. You got to get yourself around other individuals that's going somewhere. And that one of the things that I had to grow to understand is, God, when you get on here and you speak to people, it's not about them liking you. It's not about them giving you any credit. It's not about you. God gave you the gift that you have to serve people, which means you're not looking for nothing in return from people. You're looking for everything in return from God. You're looking for stuff in return from people, which means I literally had to do this thing because I want to serve for who? Me. I'm not worrying about if y'all like what I'm saying or any of that. And it's not an arrogant thing. And you have to develop a position or the stance that you are who you are, better than who you are, and start walking in that individual. Start learning how to say no. If a person is giving you the runaround, you tell them no. You ain't ready yet. I don't want you on a team right now. You can feel that in your heart. Like, I don't like the runaround. I need a person that's going to lock arms with me, that's going to help me get to the next level, that actually believes in what it is that I believe in. They see the vision that I see. Look, they got issues, but they ain't worried about their issues. All they want to do is make a move. They know it's their season to say go, and they want to go. So what are we talking about? Making a decision. Get mad. Don't get mad at the situation, right? Just make a decision to push you into where you're trying to go. It's not, all right. Thank you, Lord. You're either being pushed or pulled. You're either being pushed or pulled. When you think about attraction, there is an attraction when you take the magnet, put it to another magnet, and it will push the magnet away, right? Or you can take the magnet, put it to the magnet, and it'll pull whatever it is, that magnet to you. Which side are you? The negative or the positive side? If you're operating in the positive, it'll pull you to where you're trying to go. If you're operating in the negative, it'll push you. But guess what? It's not attracting a single thing. It's not giving you anything. Maybe some hurt, maybe some heartache, maybe some frustration. And if you're operating in frustration, then it's not going the way that it's supposed to go. That means reset. I've given myself the okay to reset myself. Why? Because I know I'm human. I know I'm gonna mess up. I know I'm gonna make mistakes. And I believe that, and I'm telling you guys what I believe, and I'm being transparent with you guys again. Like, I thought I had to be there before I can speak on that level. I didn't think I deserved to be in a room with other greats and other, millionaires and things of that nature because of where I came from. So I'm literally a person that has everything in him, knowing that I have it to be there, but I'm scared to be there because I'm thinking in my head, and this is what goes on in your head, that somebody's going to find me out. Everybody is jacked up, y'all. everybody got some type of issues, right? And everybody wants to be, the best version of them, and everybody has a purpose. And your purpose isn't just money. So number one, God. Hey, I said all of that, right, to say God, but that was a lie. So God first. Okay, that's one of the first pillar of wealth is God. The second pillar is self, yourself. You have to understand who you are, understand your purpose. We talked about that, right? So you have to understand self, understanding who you are, what you're here for, and taking that journey and enjoying the journey and celebrating yourself and celebrating yourself and for somebody else celebrate you. It's not about somebody else celebrating you. It's literally about you celebrating every good decision, right decision that you've made because your feeling or your intuition or your soul or your spirit was telling you go this way and you did it. Celebrate it. Even if you feel like it was a fail, because it wasn't a fail if you learn from it, but you got to start learning how to celebrate you. Like, and I'm talking about every day. I'm talking when they told me to do affirmations, I ain't believe in that stuff. I didn't believe in that stuff. Like I'm like, man, talk to yourself. And then I'm reading the Bible and it seemed like everybody in the word had to come to themselves. The prodigal son had to go to the pigsty to come to himself to make the decision to go back to the father. You have to talk to yourself. And I'm talking about speak love to yourself. I ain't talking about criticize yourself. You can give yourself feedback every single day. And it's about literally writing down your goals for the day that's leading you to the big goal for the week, that's leading you to the big goal for the month. And I'm pretty sure everybody on here is writing stuff down, right? Y'all better be writing everything down because that's the biggest thing and the first thing that you need to do is start writing down and taking control of your time because that's all you got and you don't even own it. So you don't know how much time you got left. So you have to make moves based off of, look, I don't know how much time I got left. So there's no such thing as time management because you don't own it, but you can manage your tasks every single day. Write down your goals for that day that you're going to be happy with. Have y'all ever done that? Like literally wrote down your goals, right? Wrote down your goals, and when you wrote them down and you actually did them and accomplished them, it moved you one step closer to the bigger goal. That's literally how it's done. It says write the vision, make it plain. If you ain't write it down yet, that's the very first step. It's the very first step. So if your upline is saying, hey, you need to do this, whatever the case may be, then you work it into your schedule, right? So that you can get to where you're going, not where you're going from, but where you're going. How do you know where you're going? You got to know what you want. And then if you don't write down what you want, I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of crazy to try to keep it in your mind. Everybody understands how the mind works. It's all over the place. It thinks about 100 things a minute, 100 things a second. Even if you're thinking about the past, you're dwelling on that past thing. And I'm telling you guys, it will hold you in the past. It will hold you still. We think we're moving forward, but we're not. It's quicksand. It feels like it, but you're not because you're running to replace or get rid of or stop or don't come for me anymore. If y'all don't get anything out of what I'm saying tonight, get the fact that a lot of people, and I know it's some of y'all on this call, I know it. I feel it. I feel it. You're doing what you're doing to get out of what you're going through. Instead of focusing on what you're here to go to. And when you start focusing on that bigger dream, that bigger goal, or what you're here to go to, it makes you feel better. It brings forth joy. It makes you, and that's what you need. You need to feel. You need to feel happy. You need to feel joy on a regular basis. You need to understand. You start seeking. You start wanting to get up in the morning. You start wanting to make the phone calls. The phone isn't heavy anymore. You start wanting to talk to people. They need to hear what you're feeling, or you start wanting to speak life into individuals because you know that there's a lot of people that's going through that right now. And if you are on this call right now and if you're going through a similar situation, like you felt this though, please feel me on this, y'all. I don't know why God downloaded this into my spirit today while I was cutting hair. Today. You are focused on your past. I don't care. You might not be thinking about somebody that did you wrong, somebody that did this to you, a relationship or this or whatever the case. You might not be thinking about that. You like, but I got this bill to take care of. I got to take care of this. I got to make sure my kids are straight. I want to make sure they don't have to go through what I went through. You're saying all of these. You're running from that to something, and it's the focus is off. Where your focus goes, energy flows, right? So if you're focused on what you're running from, it's like you're looking in the rear view mirror, which is very, very tiny, very small. You're supposed to be looking through the windshield about where you're going, which is very big. So we all have this internal GPS system that's leading us somewhere. It's leading us somewhere, but you can't go anywhere until you know where you at. You can put the coordinates in to get to, the mall or wherever it is that you're trying to go to. Let's just say your dreams. But if you don't know where you at right now, that's the first thing that we have to make a decision, be aware, understand that what type of fear is this that I'm feeling? Why won't I talk to this person? Why don't I believe that I deserve that next level, that goal, that dream, or that rank, or this income, or these relationships, which is, one of my 5 pillars of wealth. Let's get back to that. But I want you guys to understand, man, you have to start making moves toward where you want to be. If you don't get nothing else off of this call, this is what has been on my heart all day. We are thinking about what we don't want instead of what we want. Write down what you want. If you've done so already, type 1 in the comments. Like if you got a vision board, you build on your dream, your goal, your purpose every single day. You feel like you're being creative every single day to get to it. You have everything written down every day of where you're going. Like type 1 in the comments. If you got a piece of that, type 1 in the comments. Just a little piece. It might not be all of them, but just one of them, right? Type 1 in the comments and celebrate your victory, right? Celebrate your victory. So look at this. What I am doing now and what I'm not doing now. Now, when I say that, right? What is it that you're doing right now? And then what is it that you're not doing right now? There are certain things that you have to categorize in your life, in your business. And when I say life and business, because it goes hand in hand. If you don't fit business into your life, it's not going to work. If you don't fit life into, what I'm saying, it has to be in order. It has to be in order, right? So what you're not doing right now and what you are doing right now. So you're doing some things right now. That's great. Then there's not what you're not doing right now. That's criticism. That's what you're not doing, right? It's just what you're not doing right now. Like I'm not going to do this thing until the end of the year, right? Or you're setting up, you know what? I want to go on a 90-day run. I'm going to go on this 90-day run. I got to make sure everything is in place to go on my 90-day run, right? And in order to go on this 90-day run, you got to set a date. Anything that you want to accomplish, you have to set a date for it. And it doesn't have to be right now. Why? Because you're going to be all over the place. And I don't want y'all feeling like that. I want y'all to feel good about what you're doing. Because when you feel good, that's when everything, I'm telling y'all, it happens like this. I don't know the time nor the date or it just happens. And you just see it. You just see it. Like I did not understand it until I started doing it. I started enjoying what I was doing. I wanted to build the largest organization in my company that believed, an organization that was moving off of faith, not the fact that they had it all together, not the fact that they had it all together now to make a move. I wanted to build an organization with people that were individuals that come from less than. Or let's just say this. I wanted to build a people with the underdogs. I want to build an organization with the underdogs. And we did it. I had no idea that, but in my mind, I had a clear vision of what I was building. And I started to build that. That's what came out my mouth. It vibrated. That's what came out my heart. Every time I spoke to a person, I cared about what they were doing and what they were going through. And I had an answer. I had a solution. You guys got a solution to a problem in somebody's life. It's a solution to an issue that somebody's going through. But if you just talking to them about just get in or do what I'm doing, or you're, going back and forth with a person to make them believe, and we don't convince. We don't convince. That don't take that job. Don't try to come. They say no. Hey, all right, bye to the loo, to the loo. Don't convince. Don't get into that game. But understand that the right individuals are going to come because you already have the W. The reason why you got started is because you've seen yourself at the finish line already. Then you get involved and you got to do certain things in order to get to the finish line, like practice, right? Like actually run, like tie your shoelaces, like get out of the bed and show up for the actual run, for the meet, like lose a couple times in order for you to win, right? You have to show up. These are all things that has to happen, but you saw yourself at the finish line though. Focus on the finish line though. Because eventually you're going to be at that finish line. You're going to want to get up in the morning. If y'all knew that you could not lose, if you knew that everything you actually did actually happened, like you got the result from it, where would fear be? In the back of your head. You wouldn't be worrying about it. You wouldn't be thinking about it. You would just move. The only reason why it's there is because you haven't done it yet. You could be scared of what a person is going to say. You can scared of how you got the negative self-talk. You can get the feeling like I don't belong there. Or you just don't have it in you. And sometimes you got to sit still. Sometimes you got to fast. Sometimes you actually start having to eat healthy, which is the third pillar. You got to eat healthy. You have to worry about your health. So the first pillar of wealth is what, y'all? Y'all type that in the comments. What's the first pillar? Who know what the first pillar is? The third pillar is health. But who knows what the first pillar is? And then give me the second one. Thank you. I see you, Janita. I see you, Tasha. Okay. Self. Okay. Okay, good. And then the third one is health. Your health. If you're not in good health, if you don't feel good, like if your energy is low, if you're not eating what you're supposed, success ain't just money. It's not. It's not all about rank. It's not all about stature. It's not. What does success mean to you? Your spirit is right, which means yourself is right, which means you're taking care of yourself in order to help someone else, which is the fourth pillar of success, or fourth pillar of wealth, which is relationships. You want to take care of your relationships, but if you don't know how, right, to love yourself, if you don't know how to help yourself, if you're not connected to the source, how can you build right relationships? Like I said at the beginning, God, or I said, people bring you up and they bring you down. They're like elevators, right? Well, you gotta understand that God sends you people when He want to bless you, and the enemy sends you people when He wants to destroy you and distract you. You gotta develop a spiritual intuition that's so strong you're able to see it before it even happens, and y'all be feeling it. All right. I probably said it like that because I actually felt it. I felt it myself. You get into relationships, right? With business partners, or it can be a significant other, and you give so much to it. And then you understand that it has ran its course because it's bringing you down. It's terrorizing you. It's destroying you. It no longer fits where you're going. And that's just the truth. You have to align with everything that's in your being, everything that you value, who you are as a person and your character. If it's not in alignment with where you're going, you're not going to feel aligned and you're not going to feel good. Everybody on this call know exactly what they need to do to go to their next level. We having this call for nothing. Everybody that's listening to me right now know exactly what's blocking them to go to the next spot. Don't y'all? Am I lying or am I lying? I know it's the truth. If I ask you right now, what's stopping you from getting what it is that you know in your head that you want, you know exactly what's stopping you. You know exactly what's stopping. If it's nothing stopping you, then just go there. But we all know what's stopping us from our next thing, right? Even if you're accomplishing things right now, you just hit the next rank. Now it's another rank, right? What is in front of you that can stop you from that next rank? You know what it is. I'm not saying that you're not willing to get past it. I'm just saying you're aware that it's there. And if you're aware that it's there, it no longer ceases to stop you. So how is it stopping you if you know it's there? How is this? How is it stopping you if you know what it is? Because we're humans. All we have to do, if God created us in His image, then we can do all things. So all we got to do is see the problem and come up with a solution. That's it. And then that moves out of the way, right? Another mountain conquered, and then here comes another block. It's the journey. So what am I saying? Enjoy it. Have a ball. And if you're gonna have a ball, you gotta make sure that your relationships are intact. Don't sit underneath for somebody that's always criticizing you, right? Feedback is good. Feedback and criticism, two totally different things. Two totally different things. And I'm talking to my people because I'm dealing with the heart. I'm dealing with the soul right now. Like, I don't care about what you're going to do after this phone call because it's on you. Like, it's literally on you. I just know that I have to serve and do what it is that God is telling me to do. This is my walk. I can't get scared of this walk. And I've been scared of this walk for a long time. Why? Because I don't think I deserve it. I don't think that anymore. Like, I'm killing that. You have to kill yourself every single day. And I'm talking about the old version of you. Because it can't go to your next. It can't go. It's blocking things up. And I seen it in the comments. Self. Because it's you that has to make the decision, even if it was something else. It's still you that got to make a decision to fix it. So yes, it is self. It is. But that doesn't mean beat yourself up. That means pick yourself up. That means look in the mirror like, oh yeah, you got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a pawn, but you're about to be a queen. You can't just be a queen. You can't just be a king. You are it. It's in you, but you have to go through some things to manifest it, like to see it. In order to see it, you have to be it. Ain't that crazy? You literally have to walk like you're that person right now. You have to talk like you're that person right now. Your manifestation season is coming. I don't know when it is, but one thing I do know is it doesn't come right after you plant the seed. The last pillar of wealth. So we got 4 so far. We got God, we got self, right? We got health, we have relationships. Stuff matters. It matters to me. I don't know about, like, I don't like the fact that every time I went around my dad was like, what are you gonna do when I die? My father used to say, all of y'all, it's 7 of us. I'm the oldest out of 7. So my dad used to say, when y'all gonna come back and help me pull the wagon? It seemed like everybody got out and I'm the only one still pulling the wagon. You know what I'm saying? Basically meaning he's still taking care of us even though we're adults. When somebody gonna actually come back and help me pull the wagon? All of these things that I used to hear from my pops, it actually made me not want to say stuff like that to other people though. It made me want to make him proud. All I wanted to do was see a smile on my pops or make him happy with something that I was doing. Because obviously what I was doing wasn't enough. Just imagine like going around your parents and it's just not enough. And even if they didn't say anything, you still have to go back to them for help. All this, like you don't. Come on, y'all. I know I ain't the only one that felt this way before, and it makes you feel like, yo, I gotta make pops proud, so I go out here and I'm still doing it for the wrong reasons. That ain't the right reason to do it. Like somebody has to do something about the way I feel. The only person can do something about the way I feel is me. But in order to fix me, I have to be plugged in to the source. If I'm not plugged into the source, then I will constantly not know what's going on with me. And I will constantly be distracted and chasing this and chasing that and chasing this, only to arrive at nothing at the end of my life when my life was actually worth something. And I'm here for something. I'm here. I'm here for a reason. I'm not here to work for somebody for the rest of my life. I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to stay the same. Like you're gonna have to hurt some people's feelings, and that's okay. No, try it. Like say no, no. I got this to do. I gotta handle this. No, I don't want you on the team. Yeah, you still got some growing to do. Read this book first. Watch this video first. Let me know how you feel about this. Figure out people's mindsets and help them shift it. And when you start providing value to the people, they'll start following because people are looking for something to follow or lead them to where they want to be. Because everybody's soul is attached to where they're supposed to be. It's like you're feeling it. This right here is a stepping stone for a lot of y'all. It seems like, and it felt like for the longest time, every time I talk to people, they would go on and do great things. And I used to get jealous. I'm like, Lord, what's going on? Like, you got me here. I'm speaking to people, they're using it, and they're getting further than me. What is going on? Can I tell the truth to shame the devil tonight? Am I operating in who God called me to be, or am I operating in self? Self. Am I caring about the people that I'm helping, or am I caring about what I can get back after helping them? Selfish. Ego, edging God out. I had all of that. All of that. And it stopped me. It was poisonous. It was poisonous. On the inside, though, there's nothing stopping y'all, yeah? Your next is dependent on you making a decision and then making sure everything lines up with you and where you're going. Start paying attention and write the vision and making it plain of where you're going. Understand what you want. What do you want out this deal? Do you want to lose the weight? Do you want to feel great? Do you want to help other people feel the same? And do you want to change your finances to where you're on the right side of the cash flow quadrant instead of the left side? Do you want to change your family tree into a money tree? Guess what has to come first? Your relationships with your family. And if they, even though, like, if you can forgive and you go to show the love and the gratitude and things of that nature, and they don't want that, that's okay. You did your part because you're doing it for you, for them. It's so crazy how backwards it really is. I mean, it's not backwards. It's just the law of the word. Like you literally have to do a thing to get a thing. And if you're not sowing, you don't reap. If you don't deposit, you can't withdraw. If you're not getting down with the get down, you can't have no babies. You feel me? That's the only thing, that's the only way to produce is to do a thing. All right, so the last thing is purpose. The last pillar is purpose. Purpose, money, same thing, purpose. But when you are on the road, and you understand the road that you on, and you start moving that direction, everything that you've been praying for is on that road. It's not on the road of doubt, slow poke, take my time, procrastinate, uh, not doing what I said I was going to do when I said I was going to do. It's not on that road. It's this road over here is very, very narrow, but it will lead you to where you are trying to go. And on this road is everything that you prayed for. He gave it, like I'm telling you, it's waiting on you because he says it's yours. Anything that you ask is yours. My yes and amen. You are a royal priesthood, kings and queens. You can have what you want, but you have to know what you want. And it's going to get to a point when you understand that it's not money. Like, I want me to understand me, to walk in my purpose, and everything else is attracted to that, including the income, including good relationships, including the feel good, the feeling better, the look in the mirror. And I think my butt getting big, all that stuff. You want to feel good. I think my stomach getting slim. How about that? Make a new song. But you want these things. Write it down. Write it down. Purpose. So, Tasha, that's my time. It's 8:57. I'm handing the call back over to you, sweetheart.
Oh, shucks. I'm gonna hand the call over to the floor so they can tell you what they're feeling here tonight, Mr. Guy Coach. Y'all just need to open up. Brought him here for a reason. Tell him what he gave to you. Tell him what he wants participation. Let him know what you took away from this. I see some people wiping their eyes and tears and stuff. Open up and talk.
Hi there, Mr. Coates. My name is Maribel. I'm on the road. I'm driving. I just want to thank you for coming on. And I got to write down some stuff, so I'm hoping other people can give me notes. And I just want to commend you. Your motivation today opened me up. I had been feeling a couple down. I think it's because you had more of a spiritual background to it. And that's what I've been looking for. I hope somebody was recording it because his voice is so authoritative or authoritarian that it motivates me. I'm that type of person. I need to be on a short leash and be spoken to very direct. And if I hear it every day, I know I can get it done. What's holding me back is a job that has me away from my house more than I should be. That's my declare, and I'm getting ready to give it up and be with Tasha and let go and work on my retirement. I'm 52, pushing 53. I have no more time to give to an employer who is ungrateful. So thank you. God bless, brother. God bless.
Bless you too. Amen. And thank you so much. Let me say this to you real quick. I understand what you don't want no more. But after this call, you should know where you're going. I want you to focus on where you're going. It's going to make you feel so amazing. You have to focus on where you're going. Don't stay in that past. Don't stay in the where you coming from. You have to let that stuff go. It's hard to let go of, man. It's so much stuff that held me back, Queen. And it's so much stuff that I was running from. You have to get to the point where you're running to. You have to make it clear. It has to be specific. You have to write it down, and you have to know that you're going to, if it's a rank you're trying to hit and it'll get rid of the job, write it down and say, I'm hitting it on this date. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Don't focus on the how. Just write down where you're going. Write the date down. Feel it, like talk to yourself every day and say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am at this rank. I'm finally quitting my job. This is what I deserve. This is what I deserve. Talk to yourself. Like, because ain't nobody else going to do it for you. You have to talk to yourself. You're your best friend. And we be tearing ourselves. I'm not the only one. And the reason why I tear up about this is because I've been doing it for so long and didn't even know. I was wondering why I can't get to why is it every time I get close, God, knock me back down? Why do I keep getting knocked back? I'm telling you, I'm going after the wrong things. So understand where you're going, right? Write it down. That's all I had to say.
I got it recorded, Maribel. And one thing that I put in the chat that goes in line with what Guy is saying is that your past will trip up your future every day.
Well,
you got to let it go. Who's next? Let's go, guys.
Guy, this is Jackie. I really enjoy. Hey, Guy. I really enjoyed your speech. I was about to say preach on, preacher, preach on. It was nothing like confirmation. So I appreciate you so very much, and I appreciate your message. It really resonated. So thank you.
You're welcome, Queen. You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Thanks for being on and showing up for your own rescue.
Next. Let's go quick, everyone. Going once. Y'all know I'll end this call.
Don't end the call. I want to say thank you to guys. Good to see you. And yes,
likewise.
I am showing up for my own rescue. So okay. I appreciate it. I really do. Every word. I gotta go back and listen again, but thank you.
So do I. Yeah. So do
I.
Yeah. Hey, and you're welcome. Just don't what's your next goal that you want to hit?
My next goal is bronze.
Bronze?
Yeah.
And what's stopping you? You know it's already done, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you it's already done. Like as soon as you start moving them pieces, it's a wrap. It's already done. Man, I'm I hope it's
long time.
Get on you. I wanted to get on you.
Just like you said, this is the manifestation is long overdue. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing that I had to figure out about myself. I wasn't consistent. Not saying that's about that. Not saying it's about you. I'm just telling you that's what's coming up in me right now. I was not consistent. Anytime I wasn't consistent, it's like this. You know, and then what happens with me is I start beating me up about not being consistent. And I know that what people are saying is actually true because I'm not consistent. You know what I mean? But if I'm consistent and it just keeps doing this. And I'm only consistent because I feel as though I know what's on the other side. And it can't
Last thing, it's one of those things that they said when my kids went to school. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, throw it away. My toe is jammed in it right now, okay? I got
you. You said my toe jammed in that bad boy. I hate it.
We have Benjamin with his hand up. Go ahead, Benjamin. You gotta unmute, baby.
So I really appreciate the fact that you came down and dropped it, basically gave a formal introduction of what it is we need to do in order to succeed in this business. And, you know, adding the spiritual part is gotta be the only way, because we're in a spiritual battle every day in this world. And that's what's operating as a function is a spirit. So if something that is beneficial as this company it looks satisfying and it's sounding satisfying just from everybody breaking down the compensation plan on how to be a business person with this company. Well, in the beginning, you know, there's also a spirit of folly, a spirit of wickedness. And that spirit also attracts itself to worldly custom and tradition that are that people in the world associate themselves with. So as I have been going about my days trying to figure out, is this even possible for me? Is this a godly business? Is this a godly spirit that's telling me to go out there and just make money? Is this the spirit that led me to get baptized? So I'm in my head trying to figure out what spirit is it. And I'm telling you right now that the spirit that's in you is the spirit that I want. The spirit, that's the drive that I want, because I'm not focused on making money. And I've had money in my life, so it's not a problem. We've all had money. But the opportunity to experience having multi-million-dollar, being a part of something big and creating all this money, that's not what I see. I see an opportunity to help change people's lives. And by the message that you're displaying tonight on this call, that message is what we need more. We need more individuals like you speaking a profound message of honesty, breaking it down so formal. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't even know you, but the reason why, and I hear people say during the week that individuals are lazy. I'm going to be honest with you. I told David Marquez yesterday, I am lazy. And there's a reason why I'm lazy. It's because for 13 years, bro, I was in prison. I just been out for 4 years. For 4 years, I've done more things in my life. I'm 35 years old. I've done more things in the last 4 years than I've ever done. So my transformation is just not about Vita Divina and making money right now. My transformation is bigger than that.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But learning these tools on how to be an entrepreneur and going out and prospecting and overcoming that hump, coming live and listening to you and Tasha and listening to other individuals, that's the only way that I'm going to be able to break that barrier.
There you go.
But also with that spirit that's in you right now, that's the only way that I'm gonna be able to break that barrier.
You know it, man. Listen, man, can I say something to you?
Bro, the godly spirit that's in you, that spirit is gonna help me break that habit of not wanting to go out there and talk to people. That's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you this, man.
That godly spirit that you're carrying is what I need, so I can go out there and promote and be with a smile and be courageous. Right now, I just don't have that drive.
You got it. You got it. You got it already because you know that you need it. And God heard everything you said, and you got that now. What I want you to understand is you said you need more of me. They need more of you. They need you to step up and speak this message. If that's how you feel, then you speak it. Like, just go ahead and do it. Like, the person that you up against right now is self. That's who you up against. You ain't up against the people, none of that. Like, you have to stand on what you value. Where you're at right now in this business is exactly where you're supposed to be. Ain't that crazy? You're exactly, this conversation had to happen. You're exactly in the business you're supposed to be in right now. Right, this is exact after 4 years of being in prison, doing whatever you did in the past, where you're at now, where you're moving forward. Now it's time to actually zero in on it, hone in on it. Like, literally write it down. No, if you can't get up and look at your wall somewhere and know where you're going, that is what needs to happen next. You have to know where you're going next with what you're doing now. Am I making sense, Doc? Feel it, do it now. We ain't no more talking about what we don't have now, what we need. That's lack. You got it now. Jesus ain't come for nothing. All of that stuff that you thou shalt not, that stuff is in the past. He already knew what you was gonna do. And he know where you going. And he told you you can have it. Just go get it. And go get it with other people that feel the same way you feel. They won't know how you feel until you open your mouth and you tell them. It sounds realer than let's go make $1 million. That's what I gotta say about that. You got it, King. Like, I know where we go, bruh. I know. Let's go. Like, let's go. And it's on you. You had to participate in your own rescue. Thank you for showing up for your own rescue tonight. It's a wrap now, brother. You needed the seed tonight. And tonight you're sowing this. I don't care if it's you firing yourself tonight because the old version of you wasn't, where you wanted to be at. And then you rehire yourself because it's you that's going to save the day. Rehire yourself and let's go get it. Rehire the new version of yourself. Oh, is that my time?
Just wait for the hook. Wait for the hook. What you just told Benjamin? Benjamin, go get it. Go get it. Go get your blessings. Go get it. Go get it. All right. Harold had her hand up, and then I know Erica, and we'll close out with them too, since everybody else want to be hesitant. Harold, you had your hand up, baby.
I think Harold just dropped off.
Okay, then I guess it's on you, Erica.
Well, first off, let me speak to the team before I speak to God. I want to say to the team, I'm glad that y'all got to hear him. And I'm going to tell you why. When I first came into the business, I came in under Latasha. I didn't know her. I came in with somebody else under her. But the first person I heard to speak and to speak life into me was this man, Mr. Guy Coates. And I remember that SW method that I'm always telling y'all. Right. I got that from him and so much more. So many days that I want to quit, God pops in my head. It doesn't matter if he hasn't been here. He still pops in my head, and so many things that he said has kept me going. And I'm so glad that y'all got to hear the same thing. And I hope you get the same inspiration from God that I have gotten from him. 2017, I want to say that was April 2017 that I first heard him. So I'm going to say, and I've said this to you so many times, God, thank you for inspiring me back then as you are inspiring me now. You have inspired me so in between. Now I'm going to take my glasses off for this right here. Because God, it's so many times I have told you, you are the TD Jakes of our version, of our generation. Remember I used to call you Guy L. Coates? I see it in you, and I see you stepping into it. And so many times you back off because you get scared of the anointing that's on you. But instead of you running from that anointing, God keep pushing you to it. And you got to come onto it. Just like you keep telling us where we running from instead of running to it, you got to do the same thing, brother. And I see it, and I've seen it in you from day one. And I'm so glad that you still listening to the voice of God. And I know why the devil fighting you. I know why your internet was going out, because your internet ain't never went out, but your internet going out tonight. I know why your headphones got all this feedback in. And it's just like I said, because the devil got something in you that he does not want you to give, but you gave it tonight, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it for myself. I appreciate it for my team. because I tell everybody it's enough bread out here for all of us to eat.
Oh, yeah.
But we gotta go get it. We gotta go get it.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
everything you said, love it, brother. And I pray that everything that you have given to us, God gives it back to you doubly.
Thank you.
And I wish you would come back, Rita. You know, because you was a power horse, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you now, I learned of God all the time.
Listen,
But God is a power horse, and I know
Earlier,
why the devil fights
was-
you
he
so
was right
hard,
here.
because that
he looked
that
sitting down,
anointing is
and I
all
came up
over
behind
you.
him like this, and I grabbed
Benjamin,
his
I'm gonna
leash
need you
for
to
her
mute your
let me
phone.
I got it.
Whoever you talking to, tell him I
I
can't
got
listen to that. Thank you. But
God,
for real.
We talking after this. Understand, guy, you coming into another Zoom room once this is over. We got
What? I'm here. I'm here though. Like I don't like. I'm
we
here
got
though.
some
Y'all
talking to
still got
do. We got
Okay,
some
that's
talking to do.
Okay. I got you.
Go ahead, Erica. And Erica gonna
But
come in with me.
no, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, you are.
You know I got to get these kids to bed. But
That's all right.
anyway, God, thank you.
You welcome.
For the
Thank you.
team, something that I got my laptop down tonight, and it's something that I look at quite often, but I hadn't seen it the past couple of days since I've had my laptop up, and it's been behind it. So me having it down, sitting over here, I see it now, and it made me think of what God says. And what this says is, help me to see it as it is, and help me to see it better than it is. Then help me to act upon it.
Mm-hmm.
All of us, we got to see ourselves for how we are, see ourselves for where we're going. Then we got to go get it.
That's
Act on it.
That thing ain't said
That's
nothing
for you too. That's for you too, GL Coates. I keep telling you, come on out there and throw it out like TD Jakes. I was sleepy. I had just said I ain't getting on tonight. I'm sleepy, but I'm glad I got on. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Tasha, for getting him.
All right, guys. So with that, we're gonna close this out. Guy, I'm gonna send you another link. I just want to have 15 minutes of your time if you don't mind.
All right. That's cool.
All right, guys. Good night, everyone. Apply it.
All right, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Love y'all. Thank y'all.
Can we just open, everybody give him a heart. Give him a heart. Use your reactions and give him a heart.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
You're welcome.